Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I know what you're thinking. It's been a minute, and it has been a minute. It's been a full week. Listen, I just started a new job, so I'm super excited about that, but I just started my new job on Sunday. Friday, Evan ran a fever, and I went out with a friend, and so I just didn't have time. And honestly, I was planning to vlog while I was out with the friend, but me and her both forgot until we were like leaving, so sorry. And then Sunday I started my job, so I didn't have time to vlog for Monday. And I know I'm just making excuses, but I'm a mom. I'm now a working mom, so I'm going to upload to my schedule as best as possible. But if I miss a day or two, like, just please don't get mad. I will try my best, to the best of my ability, to upload when I say I'm gonna upload, because I want to be consistent as possible. So I apologize, but here's the video. I know that light is like blinding, but Evan's in there. He's right there. Evan's in there and he's eating his breakfast, so that's why. But anyway, today's video is going to be my birthing story. I have told my pregnancy story. I'll link that below if you haven't seen it, because you should. But anyway, I'll link that below. That is my pregnancy story. This is my birthing vlog, because really it deserves its own story in itself, because it was pretty crazy. So, I mean, it wasn't like spectacular, but you know what I mean, okay? Let's just get into the video. We're going to start with a little background. I touched on this a little bit when I told you my pregnancy story, but during my pregnancy, I found out that I have this thing called ITP. And ITP is a low platelet disorder that basically thins your blood, and so that you're basically a free bleeder. So as you can imagine, labor is kind of a scary thing, because you lose a lot of blood when you give birth. So fast forward, December 25th, Christmas. On Christmas Day, I started to get really crampy. Like, not to the point of wanting to go to the hospital, but I just started getting really achy. And that night, I started getting contractions. So we timed them. Some of them would be really consistent, and then some of them wouldn't. So we just didn't go to the hospital, even though I was in pain, but it like passed, which is kind of weird, but it just like kind of went away. And I went to sleep, and I woke up, and this is December 26th. So on December 26th, I felt really achy again, but this time it was in my lower back. And I've seen a lot of things where it was like back labor and stuff, so I kind of wasn't scared, but I was like, that whole day, I don't really remember. It's kind of foggy, honestly, but that whole day I went with just at home. Then it started to get really bad and really achy, and my back was killing me. So my mom was like, just go take a hot shower. If it's still not better by the time you get out, we'll go to the hospital. And I was like, okay. But in my mind, I just didn't want to go to the hospital, because we've been before and it was just a false alarm. And so I didn't want to go again and it'd be a false alarm. But he was due on the 29th, so I knew that it was like going to happen any day. So we waited or whatever. I took my hot shower, but in the shower, I just had to like rock. I don't know, like if you've been in labor, you know, like rocking helps. I don't know why. But I was just like rocking in the shower. We have like this rod thing that you hold on to. So I was like holding on to it with my head down. I was just like rocking. I got out. I was like, yeah, I think we need to go to the hospital. And my mom was like, okay. So we packed the hospital bag. And we left. So we went into the triage pretty quickly. Because of I think it's partially because of my ITP, but whatever. We went into triage room pretty quickly. They checked me. They said, you're a 3.5. And I was like, ugh. No, because they'll admit you when you're a 4, but anyway. And so she said, we'll wait 30 minutes, and if you progress any, we'll admit you. And I was like, okay. So we waited 30 minutes. I progressed to a 4, but she said it still wasn't, I don't know, something, they still didn't want to admit me. So I was kind of irritated. I told the nurse about my ITP, and so she was like, I'll call the doctor and we'll see what's up. And the doctor that I've been going to is not on call, so I had to go to this other doctor. Get this. This is where it kind of gets crazy. It's not really that crazy, but I think it's pretty crazy. She says the doctor on call is Dr. Evans. His name is Evan. And I was like, okay, I'm having this baby. Like, this is a sign I'm having this baby. And so she said, she came back and she was like, okay, so the doctor wants to admit you and induce you in the morning because your ITP number keeps dropping and we don't want you to bleed out on the table, basically. So I was like, okay, sounds like a plan. So I went in to a room. They monitored me all night. I didn't sleep very well. I slept a little bit, but not a lot, you know. The morning came quickly. And so it was about 7:30, I want to say, and they gave me my first round of penicillin. I wasn't feeling anything. I was on my mom's on the laptop. I was playing Panda Pop because I was pregnant. That was my obsession. So if you want to sponsor me, that would be cool. Anyway, and so I was playing Panda Pop. Two best friends came in, and you can ask them, like, literally in a blink of an eye, everything just hit me. Like, I was fine, I was smiling, and then I started throwing up. Like, it was like a snap, and I was just like, I'm gonna throw up. And they were trying to get people out, and the contractions just hit. They went boom, 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 and I got my first round of pain medicine. Okay, so on that, okay. So the nurse came in and said that I couldn't have an epidural, which I pretty much already knew. And the thing with that is that since my platelets were so low, they didn't want to stick a needle in my back because, you know, like, that's kind of dangerous with me being a free bleeder. So I could not have an epidural. So just that in itself was so scary for me because I have known, but I kind of had a hope that it would go up to where I could, but it was just too low. So I did not get an epidural. I did get one round of pain medicine. Nubane. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but that's what it's called. And since I was being induced, my mom said it was the medicine they used to induce me. It makes the pain 10 times worse. So the pain medicine wasn't really in my system. Like, it was in my system, but I feel like it went out very quickly. But it made me fall asleep between contractions, which was nice. But I thought that each contraction was like a second apart, but my mom was like, you've been asleep for like 3 or 4 minutes. And I'm like, I don't think I have. But anyway, so I couldn't get an epidural. So when the contractions hit, it was very, very painful. My mom thought I was gonna break the railing of the hospital bed off because I just kept tugging and tugging and tugging and tugging on it. I kicked a nurse twice because she kept telling me to not push when I knew that the baby was coming, and so I kicked her. Also, this is not funny, but I had Evan in 4 hours from 8 to 12:10. So I kind of knew when he was coming, and the nurse was like, no, don't push, you're not ready yet. And I was like, I'm pushing. And so she doesn't know this, so if you're watching this, surprise. But I was just pushing and pushing and pushing when she was not in the room, and I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And then she came back in and she's like, oh, you're ready, blah, blah, let's get the doctor in here. And I was like, yeah, I know. So the doctor came in. I'm not going to get into that because that's kind of weird, but basically it was probably about, I would probably say like 20 or 30 minutes, and he was out. which doesn't seem like a lot, like pushing for 20 to 30 minutes to like an hour maybe, but I felt like it was forever, and I was just in so much pain. And then when he got out, my first words to him were, "Hey, little guy," because I was just so like out of it because I was hurting and I was in pain and they were stitching me up and whatnot. He was 9 pounds 1 ounce, 20.5 inches long. I just remember seeing him and feeling the most love that I've ever felt for anything, because I was waiting for that one thing. I'm not gonna cry, but I was waiting for him for 9 months, and I just remember feeling so much love, and I just instantly wanted to protect him. And really, is that what happened? Yeah, he remembers. So we finally went home, and I got to raise this beautiful little boy. He is now a year and a half. Not really a half. He's like, hold on, let me do the math. He's 14 months. Well, hello. Alright everyone, that is my birth story. Make sure you like and subscribe to join our family, and I'm so sorry for being so late. I miss y'all. Check in on Friday because there will be a video, I promise. I love you guys so much. And just another thing, thank you so much for the support of this channel. I say that in every freaking video, and y'all are probably like, Alyssa, we get it, like shut up. But I'm just so incredibly grateful, because when I first said that I was going to make a channel, there were people who did not believe me. They thought I didn't have what it takes, that I was just stupid for me to start. But here I am. I almost have 100 subscribers, which is crazy, so thank you very much. We love you, and we'll see y'all on Friday.